Welcome back. You got Clutch Anime here. I'm Master Do, Slim Jim, and we got Proto God. We're going to be talking today about Star Wars. Forgot the name.
Jedi Fallen Order?
Jedi Fallen Order.
I don't think it's Jedi. I think it's just Star Wars: The Fallen Order.
It is Star Wars Fallen Order. There is a Jedi in there, though.
Let's
A
roll
couple of
that
Jedis.
We've lost. The Empire's hunting Jedi survivors. Cal, they know who you are.
Yeah, guys. I'm glad you guys were able to try it out. You guys played a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
Good deal. Yeah, that game alone is pretty badass.
Yeah, I think it's been a quite a while since we've had a really solid entry into the Star Wars video game space. You know, I think personally,
Since the New Republic, right?
Knights of the Old Republic was like the last just great Star Wars RPG. This it definitely has a more action RPG feel, but it's definitely a really solid game.
Yeah. What I really loved about it is the customization of the lightsaber.
Yeah.
And if you guys keep on continuing playing, I don't know how long did you play?
So I got through the Zepho homeworld, and
Okay.
just got to Dathomir, Dathomir, however you pronounce it.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so on Dathomir, that planet you actually unlock the dual lightsaber,
Nice.
which is
Yeah.
fucking badass, like hands down. But what's really cool about the lightsaber customization is you get to choose different composites.
Yeah.
You get to choose, I forgot what you call it, different like emeralds.
The
where
stone.
The stones, yeah.
So as you get further in, does it actually like change the stats of the lightsaber?
It doesn't, no.
Okay.
You just it's visual.
Yeah.
It really is. And you kind of get to customize it to how you feel your Jedi should, like what kind of lightsaber he should carry. The thing that really fell short with me in that game alone, though, is I heard, oh, you get to customize your Jedi hero, Yeah, you kind of do, but with what he wears, like in a poncho. And so I was a little hurt by that. That kind of sucked.
And I'm just going to say, it feels like Star Wars is just getting a little too ridiculous here. Like, that's completely unrealistic. Like, a red-headed Jedi? How is that going to happen?
You know what's crazy is he can, since he's redheaded, what got me on that is he can actually listen to the souls of dead people.
Remains of a Zepho soldier. They were killed for stealing an offering to the sage.
So literally stealing souls. So, but yeah,
The Jedi read the Force.
yeah, it's like
do
an
the
echo.
items.
He reads echoes, which are like the soul of the afterlife.
Very
or
few
something.
Jedis can do it.
Yeah, and that just really got me because he was a redhead. You know,
No, yeah. All jokes aside, it's definitely a solid pickup. I hope to see as I get a little bit further and progress. I do want to see the Force side, and really like your Force abilities kind of expanded and given a wider array.
you do tend to, kind of pick the path you want to take with your hero, your Jedi hero. And as you keep going and progressing, he just ends up kicking even more ass because of the different options you get to choose from. And just from the lightsaber skills alone, badass. Like, I literally felt like I was playing like Arkham Knight Batman with just the kind of combos that he can create and also the counterattacks that he can do as well, which was fucking badass.
Yeah.
It really was.
Combat's really smooth in the game.
It is.
I definitely saw like a lot of there's a different paths, different options. So far, personally, I'm kind of developing the Force side, so I'm hoping that rather than just, where you kind of hold them in place or stun them for a second. You get more forced combat abilities, but
You do.
the lightsaber fighting as a whole has been excellent so far. The pairing, the way you can deflect the
Yes.
blaster shots, that's
Yes.
a ton of fun already.
It is.
Just sitting there, baseball batting
Yeah.
stormtroopers.
One thing I really like is the attention to the detail that they did with the lightsabers in combat.
Yes.
Especially when you inflict the damage on the surrounding area, and on opponents, you can see the actual damage that the lightsaber would cause, like it would in the movie, or if they were real, that they would do. They leave the burn marks so you can slice through everything. They cauterize wounds and stuff like that. They just did a really good job of attention to detail with it.
Yeah, I noticed that pretty quickly as well. Just the residual environment damage from the lightsaber, and I thought that was a really nice touch.
Oh yeah, big time. I would say one thing that I really liked about the game is how involved you have to be in just to get to the next area, and actually using your character to get past certain obstacles in a certain way.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
Like
So
that Uncharted type of feel of
Exactly. Yeah.
climbing. And,
you had a puzzle side to it,
And
Made
it's
you think.
beautiful, like Uncharted too.
Yeah.
It's beautiful scenery. So one thing I really liked about this game, because when they first announced it, I was really hyped because I was hoping that it would be more an open world like KOTOR and KOTOR 2 were. And it's not. It's more of a linear progression kind of set. You don't get to do so much open characterness.
Right.
But one thing that I think that they did a good substitute in that area is with the individual worlds, because there's so much area and expansiveness of each world to go to that it kind of compensates for it not being so open world with the story and character development.
Yeah.
Definitely like a lot of side paths and some room for exploration.
Yes.
There's a lot of room for exploration.
There is room for more potential too as well when it comes to progressing that world.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as they keep coming out with even more content, it's just going to keep growing and maybe possibly get to that point where it's online. You think so? Or
probably not with Jedi Fallen Order, but they'll eventually do that with other Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the way to go with it. Honestly, I just want to be my own Jedi, fully customized, just running around, just fucking slaying everything.
Yeah, and I think games a lot of times do get carried away in the online side. I don't think there's anything wrong with a great on console one person experience. So if the story is rewarding, if it's a fun game to play, and it is a fun game to play. Yeah. Do we really need it to be online?
Well, I feel
especially with
online,
Battlefront being there too.
I feel like online, yeah, you do have Battlefront, but online, when you bring it down that avenue, they're able to integrate a little bit more of that in depth on who you really are into that character. Because this game alone, when I went into it, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get to do this, and then I kind of played through, and I was like, man, I'm just this redhead, Jedi, and
orange lightsaber.
Yeah, orange.
We didn't pick the orange lightsaber right off the bat.
Yeah, and it flows with his hair. Kind of has that bleach vibe to it a little bit. But I'm that kind of person that I wanted to be fully immersed. I got fully immersed, but not in a way that I wanted to, as in being my own Jedi, my own identity as a Jedi. That's what I wanted.
So I do think actually with the orange lightsaber, they particularly made it specifically for this game for this character.
Yes, they did. It was exclusive content for him.
It's not in any of the other medias.
I don't necessarily think that's true. I do think orange lightsabers have existed.
Well, they existed, but
specifically in the expanded universe, but yeah, I don't think it's been on any game before, and it hasn't been in any mainstream media.
yes,
like Samuel L. Jackson with the purple lightsaber.
Yeah.
He must stand trial.
He has control of the Senate and the courts. He's too dangerous to be left alive.
I'm too weak. Don't kill me, please. It's not the Jedi way. He must live. Please help. I need him. Please don't.
Yeah, then that you know,
I don't know with
these movie.
these new Star Wars coming out. They just keep on introducing these new lightsabers. You know, you had Kylo Ren come out. Sorry,
I ain't even seen the
I'm
movie.
horrible with names, man. You know, came out that lightsaber that had, you know, the hilt that came across on the bottom. And
Yeah, and I am curious to really see where this falls in the entire, you know, timeline and universe of Star Wars, how this connects. You know, obviously the Empire's
I know
still
it's
around.
after the Clone Wars so far.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see exactly how that shakes out.
this is kind of off topic, but it kind of pertains to Star Wars. Honestly, with Disney picking up Star Wars, the franchise, they're not going in their own way of Star Wars, which I really feel like they should. I haven't watched the newest Star Wars movie that just came out, but from what I've been watching recently, it would be best if Star Wars went down their own path and created a whole new story to Star Wars.
And I know, like, you know, everybody has that concern when it does come to Disney, but I honestly feel like they'll kind of be just given their own liberty, like, as you're hoping.
Exactly.
If you look at Marvel, I feel like since Disney purchased Marvel, which has been a long time in the history of the studios, you know, they've done a pretty good job of allowing Marvel to kind of maintain its autonomy and make the pictures that they envision it. And
Yeah.
it seems like, so I'm not too concerned. You know, I'm not the hugest fan of necessarily the newest movies, but I do feel like Disney has shown like the respect for the boundaries of studios
Right.
that aren't necessarily their alley.
But there's also that point to where it becomes repetitive, and they keep going down that adventure or just renewing it like they have been. It's kind of like,
So actually, one of the directors recently addressed that.
Really?
So how they have been releasing Star Wars in the trilogy sets, they're actually after, I think episode 9 is the upcoming one, right?
It's done.
Yeah, so they're no longer doing the trilogy-based stories for Star Wars anymore at this point. Or they may eventually revisit them, but in the foreseeable future, they're not doing the trilogy stories anymore.
Good. So they might be going down their own path with Star Wars now.
Yeah.
That's such a huge franchise, and to be able to kind of write a whole new story for it, you know, that's going to capture a new generation. Just like The Mandalorian.
Yeah, The Mandalorian, yeah. Won't go into a whole review here, but...
So another off-topic thing about just happened about Star Wars. So how you mentioned that they're successful. Funny thing about them is the dude who did the voice, James Earl Jones, for Vader, he's only made so little money because the way they do their books, Star Wars is not a profitable franchise.
I can see that. Yeah, because it's been around for so long.
Well, and because of how much money they also spend to do it too,
Put into it.
and the way they do their books.
Maybe just to keep the fan base going and happy. I mean, I don't think the fan base right now is so happy, but if you really love Star Wars, you're really going to like any kind of movie that comes out. I mean...
Yeah.
This is the one with Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Hey.
I like Jar Jar Binks. I'm not gonna lie.
Lord Binks.
Where is it going?
Don't worry. The Force will guide us.
Oh, Maxie bit the Force. Well, that smells stinking with.
Losing power.
Oh, no. Lisa dying here.
Just relax. We're not in trouble yet.
What yet? Monsters out there, leaking in here, all sinking and no power? When are you thinking we in trouble?
Power's back.
All right. Well, I think. Is there anything else you guys want to touch? On the
There's
top?
one last thing I just wanted to kind of mention a little bit was that I did like the gameplay options in it as far as difficulty.
Yeah.
Really, I thought they did a really good job of including all spectrums of the type of players that there are, where you have your light, easy players versus your people that are Dark Souls fanatics.
Yes.
And I think they did a really good job of including those fan bases.
On top of that, I'm going to ask you guys, what difficulty level did you choose?
So I started off on Jedi Grandmaster, and I got pissed off about an hour into it and turned it down one.
What was the one below that?
I think it's just Jedi Master.
I think, yeah.
That's the one I played on.
Yeah, and it still at times pisses me off, but...
Yeah, I did Grandmaster as well. That's currently what I'm on.
That lizard was too fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at the vault.
You're talking about the lizard that when
Very
Size of a
beginning.
fucking
first-
house.
yeah.
Yeah.
the first planet, right? Whenever
Yeah.
he has to go up to the tower.
When you
and
go
then
to the
gets
vault, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
After you've been
I
rescued.
tried fighting that bitch like
Yeah.
10 times. I couldn't. That's something where you actually have to, like, once you get the dual lightsaber and you progress a little bit further, you can actually go back and just take them out.
And
Like,
that kind of
super
was
easy.
reminiscent of Dark Souls. Is when you die in this, you like lose your experience.
Yes.
And then, in order to get it back, you have to go hit the monster that killed you.
Yes, kudos to that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That
Yeah.
was really cool. I love games that allow you to lose progress because in reality, I mean, isn't that the same for everything? Like, you just lose progress and then you just
When I get the
continue.
Force, I'll know for sure.
I
Yeah.
think you just die.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, like, it just brings a whole different aspect to
Yeah.
the game, and I really enjoyed that.
But yeah, the gameplay, I think, yeah, and the difficulty level was pretty good. And yeah, there are options available for all skill levels.
And I do like the way that they do the rest save thing as well. Whereas you can just save it and continue, or you can rest, restore your health, and
Yes.
replenish all the monsters around.
Well, all right. So, all in all, I think we can all say that we recommend the game.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, based on playing it so far, I think it might be one of my more favorite PS4 titles by the time I'm done with it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the buy. Definitely. So pick it up, get your copy. We're not, what do you call it? We're not sponsoring anything, but if you were to play
Hint,
again,
hint, Disney.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we can give stamps of approval very well.
Pick it up, get your copy of Fallen Order. It's a must game to play.
Yeah,
Definitely is.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, there you have it. Clutch Anime. Next, what do we have going on for next week? Do we have anything yet? Nothing yet?
We're still on the drawing board, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't really come up with anything too solid.
Okay. Look forward to watching us next week. We'll have a couple videos coming out. And if you have any suggestions, let us know and we'll go ahead and talk about it. Thank you guys. Have a good day.